Hey y'all, it's Kate from the Literary Apothecary, and today we're going to do our weekly reading wrap-up for the week of September 5th to September 11th. First, I want to say hello to everyone out there, and especially hello to my new subscribers, Benti, Vid Rasmussen, Wendy Dusik, Strapula, and Books and a Baby. Thank you guys for subscribing. It means the world to me. Without you guys, I'd just be sitting here talking to myself about books. So thank you for subscribing. And thank you to Stacy, my newest patron. You are amazing. Stacy is so great. She's very friendly on Discord. All of the Discords we're on together. And very soon she's going to be starting her own booktube channel with her daughter, Anika. And I can't wait for this. This is going to be so much fun. I'm so excited for her. So thank you, Stacy, for your support and your kind words always. You are amazing. Now, let's talk about some book mail. I'm going to be doing a book haul sometime soon, but I just wanted to highlight a couple different books that came from some of my best friends and my patrons that I'm really excited about. So, first up, from Evie. Evie sent me two books, A Natural History of Dragons, a memoir by Lady Trent. This book sounds like so much fun. It's written in the way that a memoir is usually written, but it's fictional. It's fiction, and it's all about dragons and Lady Trent learning about dragons. So I can't wait to read this. I've heard such great things about this. Everyone that I know that has read this has absolutely loved it, so I can't wait to read this. And then Evie also sent me Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky. This is Jessie May's, one of her favorite books, and I've heard such amazing things about this book. It's scary, but it's a great book. It's really well written, and I can't wait to read this sometime soon too. And then my last piece of book mail that I have is from Josephine at Fine Reads, and Josephine is my patron of the month, and we're going to be reading The Kite Runner together, and she sent me The Kite Runner. She knows I was looking for it at the library, and she just went ahead and got it off of my wish list and sent it to me. I was so surprised when I got home today to see this waiting for me, and I can't wait to read this with Josephine. This has been a book that's been on my TBR for years and years and years and years, and I'm finally getting around to it. I've been told it's a fantastic book, but very emotional. It's going to make me cry, so I'll have the tissues ready because y'all know that I cry easily when I'm reading. So I can't wait to read The Kite Runner very soon. So, books that I read. Technically, I haven't finished any books as of this recording, but hopefully by the time y'all see this tomorrow, I will have finished The People We Keep by Allison Larkin. My goal is to finish this tonight, so hopefully this will be done by the time you all see this. I am enjoying this book a lot. This is kind of a contemporary fiction. One of the things that I really like about this book is that it shows a different angle of kind of that everyday person. We follow this girl who is a young musician. She's homeless, and she just travels from city to city playing her own songs and making connections with bar owners and club owners, and she talks about how you got to find the right people to connect with at shows so you can go home with them for the night and don't have to waste money on hotels. And it just is beautifully written and a moving story that I can't wait to see where it goes and how it wraps up. For my current reads, as you know, I am currently reading Empire of Black and Gold by Adrian Tchaikovsky, which is part of the Alan at Library of Alexandria's Discord read-along. I'm enjoying this book a lot. Now that I'm able to focus on it more, I started this back in August and then I had to put it on hold. But this is so interesting, and I love the details that Adrian Tchaikovsky puts into his writing. He writes in such an interesting way that I am interested and hooked in everything that he's writing about. So I can't wait to see where the story goes. I'm only about 25% in, but I'm so interested to see where this first book in the series goes. I'm also making my way through the audiobook of The Fiery Cross, which is number 5 in the Outlander series. I am slowly making my way through this. It's one of those, I think it's got a middle book syndrome. It's a slow pace. You see kind of Jamie and Claire in everyday life in North Carolina, and I'm still interested in it. I still love these books, and I still absolutely love these characters in this world, but it's a slow book, so it'll be interesting how I feel at the end of it all. I am still doing the read-along of The Count of Monte Cristo. As you know, this is one of those 3-month read-alongs, so now we're into month 2 of this, and I have to catch up to the rest of the crew. I think we're all playing catch-up at this point, but I am loving this classic. This is a classic by Alexander Dumas, and it is so much fun. I've just gotten to the part where we've discovered the island of Monte Cristo, and it's so much fun seeing this character discover these new things, and just the world that Alexander Dumas paints in this book is so vivid and so real that you can't help but feel like you're there with our characters. Now, I'm also reading Notes from a Dead House by Fyodor Dostoevsky. I just started this a couple days ago, and I'm buddy reading this with Stephanie at Miss Richards Reads, Christy at Christy Lewis Dostoevsky in Space, and Una from the Codex Cantina, and we're going to have a live show in October about this, and this book is so good. It's basically Dostoevsky took, while he was a political prisoner in Siberia, he took notes of all the prisoners' stories and then went and wrote this book after he got out. And it's just so interesting. It's kind of written almost as short stories. I feel like each chapter is kind of a story in itself, and it's so interesting to see. And like the introduction that Dostoevsky wrote in this was basically a love letter to Siberia, and it was so interesting to see, because usually when you think of Siberia, at least in the US here, it's in negative tones. It's this desolate, cold, lonely place, but Dostoevsky writes about it with such love and care and interest that you think, are we talking about the same Siberia here? He writes how if you know about this Siberia with love, then you're in the know, but most people don't know about that unless they've spent a good long time in Siberia. Most people come and go to Siberia, and they don't stay and get to know the real Siberia. And so just the introduction to this book had me so interested in this story, and I can't wait to see where this goes. Next up we have Dune. I will be hopefully starting this either tonight or tomorrow morning, and I'm so excited to finally get into this book. This has been staring at me for so long. I can't believe I haven't read it yet, because I read everything, and this is a birthday read for one of my best friends, Evie. Evie's birthday was just this past weekend, and this is one of her all-time favorite books, and I can't wait to finally read this and see what all the hype is about for Frank Herbert, and then be able to watch the new movie coming out in October and compare the book to the movie, because it's been a long time since I saw the 1984 I think it was edition of Dune, and I've seen the trailers and it looks amazing, so I can't wait to be able to compare the book to the movie at last. The next reads that I'll be reading after these books is Valor by John Gwynne. This is book 2 in the Faithful and the Fallen series. I absolutely loved Malice so much. Malice was book 1, and that was such a fun ride, such a great book, so well written. I can't wait to see where the story goes in book 2, and I've heard amazing things about this series. A lot of my friends love it, and it's just so well written, and I've seen interviews with John Gwynne, and he seems like such a nice guy that I can't wait to continue with this first series by him. And I'll also be starting The Kite Runner with Josephine at Fine Reads. I can't wait for this book. As I've said, this book has been on my TBR for so long. I can't wait to finally read it and see what all the hype is about, and see, you know, just how many times I cried during this book, because I bet you it's going to be a lot. And then once I finish Empire of Black and Gold, the next ebook that I'll be starting is Birds Are Not for the Cat, which is written by my friend J.R. Trouse. I did a live show with him and Andrew at Get Right In, and we talked about series versus standalones in fantasy, and he mentioned this book, and I had to add it to my TBR. So I can't wait to read this, and I'm going to do a fun reading vlog for this once I get to it. That was JR's idea, and I can't wait to read this book and do this vlog for him. So that's my weekly reading wrap up for this week. Let me know in the comments what you read this week, what you're looking forward to reading next week. As always, my Patreon and my Discord information will be in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Keep reading, and I love you all to the moon and back. Bye.